Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Monkey Flip Podcast, Season 3, first episode, as far as you know. Mostly because we did one last week, and there were some technical difficulties, and the majority of it was so racist, we decided we needed to cut it.
It was real bad.
and really think about our lives and who we are as human beings. This is number 2, and we lost Hammer. He's babysitting a sick kid. We'll do the thoughts and prayers for him and the kid. And, it's not he was sick. They were trying to get him from being sick. I don't care quite remember. Yeah, but either way, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that he's not here and helping out his family that way. And then this is not Hank Calhoun. This is Hank's younger brother, Ezekiel Calhoun. And, that's how we're going to start this one, because that's what I came up with, and that's where we're going to go. We talked about some really good things last week. We had some good information. Unfortunately, some technical difficulties cut that good information into all we had was the things that would have got us canceled. And I know that a lot of people out there listening right now, the 24 people that watch on a regular basis, 24. Are like, hey, you know what? Let's do some of those racy things. Like, I just didn't feel like it was time, so we're not going to do that.
Maybe season 4.
Maybe season 4. Season 4. Bill's tired of doing this. Can talk about WrestleMania. I mean, there's other things to talk about. There's some AEW stuff to talk about. I feel that Rampage is getting better. They're putting better matches on Rampage now. It would be better if it wasn't at 2 o'clock in the morning when you got to see those, and we're so tired you're ready for bed. But it's getting a little bit better with the booking. So the first thing we'll do is we'll ask, what do you feel, Sheila?
Yes.
What do you feel? It's weird that I use your actual name.
Yes.
Darling, babe, honey, what's going on?
Don't call me darling. That one's weird. You've never called me darling
Sex
before.
pot. What do you feel was the best part of WrestleMania 38, night number 1?
The Miz got the pin, and he turned on Logan Paul.
That's
my favorite thing. Night 1.
That's the best part, that the Miz got the pin and reinforced his assholery.
Yeah, because he's one of the best assholeries that there are in wrestling right now, topped only by MJF, because that dude is an asshole all the time. Yep.
Kayfabe's not dead in some places, or he may be just an asshole.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
It's like somebody who's probably met him is like, yeah, he's just a fucking jerk.
An asshole.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was really happy that the Miz won, because it's been so long, and I was very pleased that he turned on Logan Paul just because.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Although I will say this, Logan Paul did a really good job actually wrestling.
Yes, I agree.
It was shocking how good he did.
He does as good a job of wrestling as he does as a boxer. That means if he's walked through it, everything's fine.
Yeah.
I have not actually seen him box, so I couldn't say anything about that.
All right, I haven't either. So what was the worst part about WrestleMania 38? Night number 1, Saturday, the night number 1.
I mean, I did fall asleep early, so there are some of these matches that I missed. I'll just say this. I'm sad that Becky lost the belt.
That was a good match.
That's it?
Yeah, I'm just sad about it.
You wanted Becky to win?
I did.
It was so funny. They drove the car. She drove the car out on the stage, and she went, "Shit, she's coming out first. Damn it!"
I did. That's exactly what I said.
Awesome. All right, so we'll just we'll transfer that question over to Ezekiel / Hank, and we'll say, what was the best part of WrestleMania 38, night number 1, for you?
For me, was Stone Cold and KO's match. Yes. That was it.
Yes.
That was it.
Yes. Okay, what's the worst part?
Probably the worst part was the nonsense match of Kofi and Xavier and Ridge and Sheamus.
Yeah.
Like, it was just...
It's like, it was like 2 minutes, like a minute or so.
Yeah, it was like... No.
Gotcha.
Although Cody's entrance was awesome.
Yeah.
And that match was good as fuck.
Yeah. For me, I think the best part of night 1 was Cody Rhodes. And it's because of the crowd reaction of him coming out straight with the American Nightmare, music and all, didn't try to change him into something he's not, Vince.
Yeah.
Took all of the momentum of what he has built over the time and just played that out as it should have been. Great.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
I believe it's in his contract that was the only way he was coming back, was if he said, I want to come back, same entrance, everything, pyro, everything. No talk ever again of Stardust.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Works out pretty well.
Right.
I like it. It works out pretty well. It was pretty.
It was nice to see him thank Triple H. Like,
yeah,
because I think that was a big part of him coming back. Was, hey, Paul, do you want him to come back?
I actually.
It's like, let's go ahead and sign this while Paul's still in the hospital.
Right. Yeah.
When Cody came out and he was coming out to his music and everything, I was like, oh great, they actually did something really good, because everybody going to recognize him that watches wrestling, because AEW is pretty popular right now, and he was a huge part of AEW. So that was great for me that they let him keep all of that stuff. Yeah,
there's the worst part about WrestleMania 38 Night 1 was the production. The ridiculous have a match and then 15 minutes worth of video packages.
Yeah.
And then have a match and then 15 minutes worth of video packages. And I'm looking up and like, this thing start. First of all, you had a 2-hour kickoff show.
Right.
Why? And then a match, 15 minutes, match 15 minutes, match 15 minutes. It's just boring. It's really tough to get by because you're watching the same shit. If you're a fan, you're watching the same shit that you did watch. If you're not a fan and you're just getting the pay-per-view, why are we coddling to those people?
Right.
I mean, it's like the beginning of Shameless, where they're like, hey, you didn't see last week on shit, fuck you, I'm going to helping you.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's the worst part. And the production, even of the Hall of Fame stuff. Yeah, we had the Hall of Fame ceremony. Check it out on Friday, watch what's going on, and also get the guys out and do a hurrah and everything. Right. But the Undertaker standing out there for 14 fucking minutes just looking at the crowd and raising his hand. Right. Yeah, he's great. The crowd loved it and everything. But did it need to be so prominently featured in the middle of your fucking show?
Right.
And, I mean, it's not like you haven't had an Undertaker package every year for the last 45 fucking years. I mean, come on. So, yeah, the production quality for me blows. I mean, it takes something that starts at 8 o'clock and makes it go to midnight, and 45% of that doesn't need to happen.
Right.
And it's just horrible. So we all went around. Let's go ahead and move on to the next thing, which is night 2. What was the best thing about night 2 that you remember because you weren't asleep? Because I wasn't here to keep you awake.
Keep me awake?
Yeah.
I know this is bad because it wasn't an actual match, but I think that it was Triple H coming out and leaving his boots in the ring because I cried.
So that was the best part?
Yeah, I mean, because he deserved that.
Okay.
To come out to his entrance music one more time, do his full entrance, just introduce WrestleMania Night 2, put his boots in the ring, and walk out. I think that it was great, and I did cry.
I will say it could have been WrestleMania 38.2 or 0.5 because it did take a big chunk, because Triple H coming down the entrance is always taking a long time.
Yeah.
Well, now you got the extended ramp, and he's got a defibrillator in his chest.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's not push him.
He's not coming out on a motorcycle.
Right.
He's just walking to the ring.
Right. So what was the worst part of WrestleMania 38 for you? Probably the length.
I know I was supposed to. I know that you probably are going to tell me that it was the best match of the night or something, but the Johnny Knoxville, Sami Zayn match was not my. No. It's not my cup of tea. No. And the fact that Sammy couldn't make his arms work in the mousetrap. I mean, the whole reason the mousetraps work is because mice have really tiny brains that don't comprehend, hey, if I just do this, maybe I can get out.
And it doesn't get him across the chest, it gets him across the neck. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So nothing else, just those two things and you're good, and nothing else to say.
I mean, I was happy that RK Bro won. Really I'm a big fan of RK Bro.
And when we were doing our guessing thing, everybody was suspiciously leaving off RK Bro.
I like that RK Bro won.
Awesome. We'll move over to Hank here. What do you think about the best part of Sunday's WrestleMania, WrestleMania 38, Night 2? What do you feel was the best part of it?
I'm going to say the tag match. The tag match was amazing.
Okay.
The dueling RKOs was the shit.
Yep.
The triple threat was good. Pat's match was good. AJ and Edge was good. Lesnar and Reigns they left more to be desired. No. And then the Sammy and Johnny match was fun.
Yeah. We said, and let me see if
whooping that ass was funny.
while we were watching, at the moments that I could watch, because there was big conversations going on, we saw this, and at one point, Rob looked up, who's not here, but we'll give credit to where credit goes. He goes, "Is this not the most EWF match you've ever seen in your life on national TV?" And I said, this could not be more EWF if it was refereed by Jason Hart. Wait a minute.
It is.
There it is. It's
Wrestling
wrestling Jason Harding right in there right now. Anyway, I heard the text message that said this is like the most EWF match I've ever seen, and I feel it was. It was good in that level because it is what it was. So
I'm going to be honest. There was so much chaos that was driving me so crazy that I didn't even notice that Jason was roughing it.
That's funny. So that was you did the best thing. Did you do the worst thing? You said some things. You said somebody left something to be desired.
Yeah, the Lesnar and Reigns match. I mean, it should have been way better than what it was.
Yeah.
Like
especially compared to all the other leaving matches.
Yeah.
I got you. I feel that the best thing on the card for number 2, and I'm actually looking at this, and I can tell you the best thing I thought was going to be on the card, which is AJ Styles and Edge, and I don't feel that was great. I think that they went a long way to introduce a new brood.
Right.
And let's kind of stop trying to make Damian Priest something he isn't. But I guess it might be okay as a new brood if he gets another person or whatever, and they're actually like the real brood.
Rumor is it's Rhea.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I really wanted her to stay with Liv. They make the cutest tag team ever.
Yeah, that's true. But Liv Morgan, anybody that gets with Liv Morgan is not destined for good things. Because Liv, for whatever reason, is a sink in the WWE. And I don't see it. She's got good charisma. She's decent in the ring. And
she's very cute. Very, very cute.
Not necessarily one of the things I'll run down as a female wrestler, but it's okay. I feel it. It's good. You can say that. I can't say that. If I say it, I get in trouble. That's why Rob doesn't do women things. Well, I shouldn't say Rob doesn't do women. I mean, he's not here today because of a baby that he had. So
or women things.
Yeah, women things. And I would say that the worst thing that happened was all of the aftermath of Stone Cold in the Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory match. Pat McAfee showed again that he has the charisma. He can work. I see some polish issues, but not much.
Right.
And Austin Theory is one of my favorite guys because you can tell that this kid could be the future if they keep him going, and he's just going to be better a long time. So he's one of those guys I'm like really looking forward to seeing the future. But yeah, I think the worst thing is the thing they did with Vince. Let's not have Vince wrestle. Let's not have a 79-year-old man in there wrestling.
I agree.
Let's not break that fourth wall and make people think that Pat McAfee couldn't push him and knock him down.
Right.
Because the funny thing about it is that doesn't do Vince a disservice.
Right.
79 years old and I push you and you fall down. That's what's supposed to happen when I'm 35 and an athlete in the prime of my life could jump from the fucking all the way up to the third rope. That's what's supposed to happen. Yeah, he can fucking deadlift 1,000 pounds or whatever, which is questionable to me.
Right.
But let's not have him. Let's not have it. At least it got for one of the funniest things that I've seen is it took all of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to come up with the angle that makes Vince not look like an idiot taking the stunner. Friday, they put a good angle, and you're like, okay, that's okay. That doesn't look very bad.
Right.
But it took them that long to find the angle.
Yeah.
Or Vince doesn't come out with it. So we've all in all, WrestleMania, to me, it felt like we could have taken half of these matches off and had one night. They didn't need to be there.
Actually, if they just took out all the packages, they probably could have done it all in one night if they didn't have all the video packages. Half
of the wrestling, get rid of it, cut down the video packages, and it's a 2-hour pay-per-view.
Yep.
Right.
Which is what they used to be, is a 2-hour pay-per-view. You don't have to get people, like, I imagine it's so you can sell tickets.
Yeah.
So we sell tickets for 2 nights instead of one, so it costs more, and nobody's like, oh, it just costs more.
I think for WrestleMania, if I remember correctly, because I did see the ticket packages for those, I think that they were 3 nights because of the Hall of Fame stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, they originally had a meet and greet type thing in him that got pulled at the last minute that a bunch of people were pissed off about, which I don't blame them. I mean, if you're paying that much money, you should get to meet some of the wrestlers.
But if you paid money specifically to, I can see that point.
Yeah.
It was, anybody have any closing thoughts on WrestleMania 38? We put it behind us and never talk of it again.
I think a lot of us were pretty on point on who was going to win things when we did go over them the last time we recorded where we couldn't share it.
I would like to point out, I already told Bill that me and my cousin and all 4 of our boys, we did a pick'em for WrestleMania, and I would finish 11-4 total. So it was every single one. Like, I picked the Mysterios. Yeah. I picked Kofi and Xavier. And then the only one I lost was the RK Bro match.
Really?
On night 2, yep.
You thought Profits were going to take it?
No, I picked Alpha Academy.
Oh, I did too. The one thing I know you got right was Sasha Banks and Naomi winning the games. Because, I mean, that's like the bingo square.
That was a given.
Free. You're like, okay, the whole reason they got put together was to sloppily give Sasha Banks a belt to put around her waist. So, yeah, of course, that's the way that went.
Oh, yeah.
And if anybody, and also I would say another bad thing from WrestleMania 38 Night 1 is Rick Boogs.
Oh, yeah, tearing his quad.
Actually, it was like Bob was here. And we were watching it, and he did that thing where he held the guy up in a suplex, and he did the lunge. And I was like, "What's he trying to do? Blow out a knee?" The next move,
yeah, that's when
they jumped on him and he blew out a knee. And I was like, "Crap!"
Yeah,
we need to bring that into the world.
And I went, "Oh no!"
Yeah,
because I literally watched.
You could hear it. Yeah, you could hear it and see it, and it was bad.
So we started the show. I had made a little fun. We started the last week's show with this isn't Hank Calhoun. You can call him whatever you want, but we call him Butch.
Butch.
And then today's joke was
Ezekiel.
He's not Hank Calhoun. He's Ezekiel, which of course I'm talking about Elias. Saying he's Elias's younger brother with his name's Ezekiel. And we're stupid. So we'll just be stupid, but that seems to be like Pete Dunne's Butch now. Friday, Walter is Gunther.
Yep.
Bartel comes out as Ludwig Kaiser. They're just changing, and then you said
Raquel Gonzalez is Raquel Rodriguez now.
So they're just changing the name. So what they're trying to do, I imagine, is to get the licensing.
Yeah.
Where people can keep their original names and they still do something on the side. But it makes these people who are trying to come up from NXT. It takes away from them to say, okay, we're showcasing you. Like, let's say we've got a Tommaso Ciampa. We bring him up into WWE and we change his name. Everybody in the world knows it's Tommaso Ciampa. Friday they were yelling, they were chanting
Pete
Walter.
Dunne. They were chanting Walter. They were chanting
Pete Dunne, and we know it. The problem with that is you're changing their name, you're changing their package. Look what happened to Cross.
Oh yeah,
they got him in there. He's still carrying Cross. They put some other kind of weirdness on his name, and they made him wear a goofy ass gladiatorial thing. And then we're just like, everybody's like,
yeah.
And Keith Lee kept Keith Lee, but then they decided to do some kind of Bearcat thing with him, and now he's over on AEW, which I prefer him there. It's nuts.
I don't think it's a great thing. Because, like you said, they're gonna know who they are.
Right.
There's nobody is going. Like if somebody had changed Adam Cole's name, everybody would have just been like, "Look, it's Adam Cole, baby." Yep. They're not gonna. It's not gonna change people's minds. It's not like they have this mind eraser thing from Men in Black, and we're just gonna all forget who these people were before. And I almost want to say it's a little bit of bad marketing because they have NXT merch.
Right.
Almost all of these people going up have NXT merch. So actually shooting themselves in the foot because they can't. I guess they could slash it all down to clearance, but wouldn't it have been better to go, "Oh, I have, Raquel Gonzalez's shirt, and now she's not even in NXT. Now she's on Raw or SmackDown or something like that." And I mean, I don't know. I just think that it's dumb business.
You remember when you said, "What will you do when Jeremy gets here?" Because you can't have that light where it wasn't. And I was like, "It'll be fine."
I kicked it.
he just kicked it. I was like,
kicked it.
It'll still be fine. It's fine. Cool.
It's okay.
Anything from you on that topic, or not really?
Nah,
screw
it is what it is.
I've changed my name.
I changed my name.
Changed my name plenty. You've never changed your name.
I changed my last name.
That's true. You have.
Yeah, that is true.
You're even better than us because you did it officially.
Yeah, it got changed on all of my documentation except for my birth certificate.
So let's go one more thing. We'll finish this out on this. It's a tough one. It's a tough one, and we talked about it last week. Maybe somebody thought about it. Maybe they didn't. I don't ever think about stuff. I just blurt it out. But who do you feel? And we'll start with Hank. Who do you feel is the most overrated wrestler on television today? I say on television because we don't want to kill any of you guys.
No.
Or maybe we
overrated.
Do want to kill
the Bucks. They just horrible. I've never liked the Bucks, and I'll never like the Bucks. High spot monkeys. That's it. That's all they are.
That's the name of our
Yeah.
monkey guy.
Yep. Spot Monkey. Yeah.
Spot the monkey.
Yeah, no. Fuck
So
those
the Bucks.
guys. Fuck those guys.
That's your choice. Let's do a male female thing
Okay.
because Hammer's not here, and in his honor, we'll talk about women's wrestling.
Okay.
Do you have one, or do you care that much?
Jade
Cargill.
Yep.
Jade Cargill's
Trash.
overrated?
Trash. She's getting better, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, also
should have put the belt on Ruby to build her up, let her get some steam behind her
well, I mean,
as
Ruby
a
came in
heel.
quick, hard.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
Nothing.
gone.
Right.
AEW Dark. That's where she is.
Yep.
That's where she's hanging out. What more do you need from someone? Come out and get the entire world going, oh my God.
Right.
And then be like, all right, now you just
All right, we're done.
Catering. It's cool.
That's like them with Britt forever and ever and ever. She's the champ and the champ and the champ. Thunder Rosa's sitting right there the whole time.
Yeah.
Putting her over, and then
somebody that can walk the walk, somebody that can talk the talk, and somebody that just generally is pleasing to see in the ring. Britt Baker has 2 out of 3. There are things that she does that make me cringe.
Yes.
I'm just like, dude, stop that. Just stop. Stick to your strengths.
Yep.
Talk. Don't fucking super kick. She threw a super kick once. I started the show coming at you faster than a Britt Baker super kick because it was so ridiculous. I swear they went to slow-mo, but they didn't. Yeah, I feel you on that one. That's a good one. So for you, what do you feel? Who is the most overrated wrestler on television that you've seen? Because we gotta realize she hasn't seen a lot of main event stuff. She goes to sleep about 8:00.
I got so many.
Well, just pick one. That makes it easy. Just pick one.
I don't even remember who I picked last time.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you got 4, I'll ask you this for 4 consecutive weeks.
Oh,
and you can say them all.
I really wish I could remember who I said last week. Because the one that I'm gonna say, everybody's gonna hate me for. Because I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns overrated. Yeah. Okay.
I will disagree with you till I'm blue in the face on that. But okay, carry on. It's your opinion.
See, because what you just said was the one person that's carrying the interest of WWE
Right. I know.
is overrated. That's what you just said. I got you. You can go ahead, though. It's your opinion.
So
It's
much. It's so much. I just remembered who it was I said last time. I just remembered who.
Switch. Go to a different one. I don't care. Tell me all the people you feel is overrated. That's fine.
No. You don't want me to do that.
She's like, SmackDown roster?
How much time do we have?
The one I said last time was CM Punk.
Yeah.
I guess both of them, the reasoning behind both of those two is that they dump so much time into them, and so much of it isn't even for wrestling, it's for drama and talking and trying to get that inserted instead of actual wrestling in the ring, having... I mean, even you said the Brock Lesnar match at WrestleMania wasn't that great, but there's just so much talk with the Usos and Roman Reigns and with CM Punk. Like, the majority of the time I've seen CM Punk on AEW, he's had a microphone in his hand. So to me, it's just they're more announcers than they are wrestlers.
I will 100% agree with you that the talk is too much. And the reason that I say that is because on more than a few occasions, the main event of the evening has been someone coming out to talk.
Yes.
That should not be a thing. I mean, the main event of WrestleMania 39, night number 1, was a talk show, KO versus Stone Cold. We all knew it was going to break into a match.
Yeah,
Everybody
knew.
It's breaking into a match. But it was a talk show. It was supposed to be out there to talk. That's the whole point. Roman Reigns comes out for the last 15 minutes of like 4 weeks in a row.
He just did it again last night, too.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where you look up and you're like, oh, is it main event time? It's like 15 minutes. What can they do in 15? Talk segment.
Yeah.
And I agree with that part. Okay, women wrestling. Because this is something that you should be really interested in.
I know.
I like a lot of women wrestling, but...
This is tough for me because... it is. This one's tougher for me than the guys are because they don't give the women as much time.
AEW gives women time.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I watch AEW less than
I know.
I should.
Yeah.
I have... off topic, I have been enjoying the Chris Jericho Appreciation Society. Is that what they're called?
Jericho Appreciation Society, yeah.
Yeah, I have been enjoying that. But
do you watch AEW at all? Not much? Is it because of the Bucks thing? Because I can tell you they're not on there much.
They've been much sparser. They've got a much larger roster.
Although I did watch Ambrose and Utah last night. Yeah,
Utah pulled it off too.
It was nice.
I was surprised.
It was a good match.
I was like looking at that. I was like, this dude's going to pull it off.
He got beat in, and he got beat in pretty much.
Yeah,
like,
people are going to love him.
Yeah.
People are going to love him.
He's over.
Doing this stuff is like, come on, all three of them. He's like doing this. Like, he's got it. Hey,
that was good. Good stuff.
Silly dog. Will you be part of this?
What?
You think you do better than Rob did? All right.
Okay, if you're actually going to make me answer the women's thing,
I am going to make you answer the women's thing, especially since you're upset to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm going to go with Naomi.
Naomi overrated.
Yeah, just because she's one of those people that it's just add tag team partner.
Forgettable.
Yeah, like she almost has to have somebody else to pull interest, which I almost think that she still has a job just specifically because of her spouse, and that is one of those.
I won't say that.
Right.
But that's one of those things that a lot of people say that, wrestling talent isn't sexually transmitted.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I have I mean, of all of the people that I can think of right now, that's the top one.
So Naomi,
overrated.
and
now a tag team champion.
Yeah. Okay. For me,
yes,
the most overrated male professional wrestler on television today is Drew McIntyre.
That's one of mine too.
I don't think there's anything wrong with what he does. I just feel it extremely uninteresting to watch him do anything. He comes out and he wrestles a match, and I'm just like, this is unnecessary. Him wrestling Baron Corbin was probably the worst thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't even see much of it. The other day, he cut through the ropes. That was at WrestleMania,
Yeah.
wasn't it? He cut through the ropes with his sword, and we're all supposed to be like, oh,
right.
That sword did exactly what it's designed to do. Cut through ropes. Maybe he shouldn't have it in a combat sport. Overrated. Completely, totally overrated to me. I don't think that anybody else. I mean, I wanted to go with Shinsuke too, but Shinsuke at least has a worth in that when he comes out there, he's putting someone over, or he's giving him a good match to make this go. Right. Drew McIntyre just doesn't feel like that. He's out there for no fucking reason, and he's out there for you. It's like, well, remember Drew's here, just in case we decide to use him anymore. Women wrestler Hikaru Shida. Let's just stop.
Oh,
let's try to stop.
I forgot about that Shida.
Yeah, let's try to stop this. Let's not have this sheet on my TV anymore. She's got the same damn thing. She does it all the time. Like, she goes under the ring and she gets a chair and she sets it up, and she's going to jump off the chair onto somebody. And I'm like, you do it every goddamn time. I know there's a thing with getting your shit over, but this is shit. Right. You're getting shit over. Right. So let's not do that. And when she gets in there, and you can see the individual spots where these people are lost. Every Sheeta match, if you watch it back, there's a point in time where they both stand there looking at each other going, aren't you supposed to do something? Am I supposed to do something? And they don't know how to get out of it.
Right.
So I'm like, this is fucking horrible. Like when Hikaru Shida was wrestling Big Swole on the regular, two people that just cannot fucking work. Big Swole cannot work. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're going to say about whoever she's dating that does work, or how good she was in some other promotion where everyone's on par with her so it doesn't look as bad. Right. Can't work. And it's ridiculous. So stop with Hikaru Shida. I know that's where you're wanting to put your eggs, but...
Is that little girl still wrestling on AEW too?
Oh, no. I'm wrong. Are you talking about Riho?
Yeah.
I don't know. Off and on. She's not bad.
She was on Dark.
She's tiny.
She's not bad. She's just little, and everything she does makes it not believable.
Yeah, that's the same thing with Queen Zelina.
Yeah, Zelina's small.
She is so tiny.
Yeah,
My rule, if I had wrestling school and somebody came in, I said, no, put your back against the ropes, and it was the back of their head that's against the ropes, like, no. You got to learn how to hit the second rope like fucking Ray, or this isn't happening, because the worst thing that they do is they'll run up to the rope, stop, do this, lean backwards, hit it, reset, and then run off like they just got sprung. I'm like, just don't hit the rope. Like Layla Hirsch is really good at it. She doesn't hit. If she hits the rope, she hits it hard and she come back off. But she's also bashing the back of her freaking skull on there. But she doesn't do the whole thing where she backs up, waits, and gingerly hits him and then runs. She'll just not hit him. She'll just turn and get ahead of steam and run. So it's good. I like that.
Is that the one that's kind of thick?
Yeah, smaller girl. Yeah, Layla Hirsch.
I have no other way to describe the women. They're either skinny or thick to me.
Gotcha.
And I apparently am allowed to say that because I'm also one. Okay.
So I do have one last question because we did overrated. Now we got to do underrated. So who do you feel is the most underrated professional wrestler on television today, male?
Finn Balor.
Underrated for Finn Balor. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think Vince likes him.
He's not doing much. Yeah, it's true.
I don't think Vince likes him, and I think
it's like he gets mini pushes.
Yeah.
He'll get like a 2-week push, and then it'll go back.
I think that he's really good. I think he's got a lot of good charisma. He has extra stuff to look at when he comes down.
Balor Club.
But yeah, I just think that he's just not used enough and not in the right. But I think he would be extremely popular if they would let him be.
Cool. Underrated woman. That one's tough, isn't it?
There's so many.
Well, that's tough. I know my answer right off the bat.
I would say Liv Morgan because it always just feels like it's raining shit upon her. and I hate that because I do think she's really good and I think she's cute. And I'm sorry, but attractiveness does matter to me when I'm watching TV. And I think that she has really good charisma. And I really like the Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan tag team. I think that they're really cute together. I think that they have a cute chemistry when, like, Rhea's carrying Liv out to the ring. I just think that's adorable. And the costumes. The gear they were wearing for WrestleMania was great.
Oh yeah, the Catwoman Batman. Yeah,
I loved it.
My cousin Michael's like, man, I hope Liv wears that when we go to the house show. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I agree with her as far as Liv, but I'm gonna say Shayna Baszler. Shayna's the whole fucking package. Let her be Shayna and quit putting her with whomever and having her conform to whatever her partner is. Let Shayna be fucking Shayna. Be a badass and be the Queen of Spades that she was in NXT, not the bullshit that she is now. That's where I'm at with that.
Cool. So we got for male.
Underrated male. I'm going to say Sami Zayn. It's weird because they got him doing this bullshit now.
Yep.
Yes.
And not letting him wrestle. Let him fucking wrestle like he was El Generico. Let him wrestle. Let him have an indie match. I wish they would let them have more indie style matches, not be on a script all the damn time. Like,
got to have some kind of takeover.
Yeah.
Feel you.
And you could tell that during the triple threat match, the RK Bro match, you could tell that they just told him, all right, go out and do some shit. And they went out and they did some shit and it made sense and it was good. But yeah, I'm going to say Sammy.
Yeah, it works out. I like Sammy. Like when you think back to their original a while ago, they had Sami Zayn versus KO when it was real life stuff. And those matches they had were, when you get in with friends, you're going to do some more stuff with them.
P.S. Let Kevin Owens do the package pile driver. Thanks.
But yeah, that's I agree with Sammy with the whole conspiracy stuff and things like that. Let him have. Maybe there's something to be said. I'll do that as a wrap up. Right. We'll go on to my pick for most overrated wrestler today.
Underrated.
I can do overrated again. I got more Ricochet. I got plenty more.
I got a bunch too. So
most underrated wrestler on television today. On the male side, it's a tough one. Underrated, somebody that I like to see come out. I want to say Austin Theory, but that's not really true because he's right about where he should be right now.
Yeah.
And that's good. I would say Xavier Woods. I feel is a very underrated.
That is very true.
Wrestler, and I really think he's suffering from the too long for the world New Day shit.
Yeah.
I think if Xavier Woods came out and dropped the stupid fucking horn that everybody loves, and I get why you're still doing it, but if you just made him Xavier Woods, or if you change his name, I don't care.
Let the King Woods. They should have went with the King Woods shit. It was getting over, and then they just stopped it.
Yeah, get Kofi the fuck out of there. There's no reason for Kofi to be in everything. I mean, the other day when they said they were trying to make it a surprise that Woods was coming out to wrestle, and the announcer said, coming to the ring with Xavier Woods. It's like, well, now there's not going to be a fucking surprise. Right. So, Jesus. Okay. So, yeah, it's good. Xavier is very underrated. And Xavier Woods, I think, is the epitome of it could be better. Cesaro has been off the scene for a while, but very underrated guy.
Very underrated guy.
A guy you can build shit around and keep it up and make it interesting all the time. And she misses the bar. Yep. She doesn't know that the video's on her. She's doing this.
Throwing it up.
Right.
Very underrated. And when I look at underrated female wrestlers, I would go with Liv Morgan because not because it's the easiest. Well, it exactly is because it's the easiest catch. Right. You see it and you're like, this girl has something. People like to see her. They want to see her win. They want to see her win so bad that when she loses, it's not hurting her.
Right.
Because they still want to see her. They want her to be out in the ring. They want her. My problem with it is they keep fucking doing this just add tag team shit with her. Her and Rhea Ripley are good. Yeah, that's true. But you're going to make it, and they've already started doing it. They've already let the seeds lie. These tag teams they put together that are just, hey, let's just throw one together. They're specifically to get them in a feud.
Yep. And
Rhea Ripley versus Nikki Ash.
Yep.
Then now Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan will happen. Mm-hmm. And it's just it's insulting, and you're not using a talent like you should. I feel that there are a lot of people in the WWE that would benefit from losing their contract with WWE and going to an AEW or even a GCW or something or TNA,
right?
Whatever they call it. They just call it Impact.
Impact.
To have that, to take this package that the fans want to do something with, not do anything with them, and then they lose their position there because the fans aren't receptive to them because they're not receptive to the thing we built for them, not the thing that they're trying to build for themselves. Move it over and let them have that piece of built specifically for me. Let them rope these fans in, and then just like Cody Rhodes, 6 years down the line, something you said you'd never do again, you come back to WWE and you get a big as crowd reaction as anything on the card that night.
Yep.
A lot of them would benefit from that. Yeah.
Where did Billy Kay and
Impact? They're in Impact.
Okay.
They're like Impact tag champs.
Yeah, they're champs.
Yeah, because she.
As soon as they showed up, boom.
Yeah. Every time I see Sean Spears, I'm like, that lucky mother.
Yeah, right.
He's getting hit with a chair. He deserves that. Hit him again. Lucky son of a bitch. Anyway.
Yeah, and when she comes out, she always has the tag belt turned the other way, and then she points at it over her back, and then she shakes her butt.
Yeah, so does Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Well, we had some generic questions. We answered some generic questions. We were down one member, and I will say that he was upset because he was like, I've been paying attention more than I ever have. I want to do this. I can't do it. I'm like, I get you. I understand. But anyway, we answered some generic questions. This is kind of I feel it's a lackluster first episode, but it's really the second.
And
the first one would have got us killed anyway.
Yeah.
You know what they say about episode number 2? Yeah. It's the shit.
So this is for the first episode of season 3 / second episode of season 3 of the Monkey Flip Podcast. We're going to say goodbye. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We hope, even if you didn't enjoy it, you let the video go all the way through. Like when Mom goes to church, just go on her computer, start up our podcast, and let it just roll. Yep. You don't have to listen to it. You just go. They don't know if it's muted. YouTube doesn't know if it's muted. So
it does help, though, if you hit that like button.
And subscribe.
Yeah.
You can subscribe and you'll know when we put these videos out. They're kind of fewer and far between. We only did like 16 or so, and I think it's just because that we hit a spot where it felt better to let it go than it did to try to force it. But yeah, wrestling is getting better in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
I just want it to be much better. I want back to where we got what was the highest rating? 8.9 or some shit, was it? 8.9 million people tuning in to watch wrestling in one night. That's me. Grizz, I'm saying goodbye. Anybody else want to sign off?
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. You're like,
We'll throw a hammer down.
Hammer down.
Hammer down.
Hammer down.